Hi Earthlings. Now, on the 11th of January, we have a new moon in Capricorn at the 20th degree, and I've called it the climb. Also, I think it's quite important that we do have this new moon in Capricorn. So, during the 3 days and nights of no moon seen, which is when the moon is traveling together with the sun during the day, they're as one. So they travel together from the east to the west for 3 days and 3 nights. And on the evening of the third night, the moon separates from the sun sets first, and we see this first small little slither of the moon in the west. Right. Now, during the 3 days and nights of no moon seen, we are becoming the chief executive officer of our own business, minding our business. Concentrate. I always say concentrate during the time of no moon seen. It's called balsamic, and to make balsamic vinegar is about, when you reduce things down into a concentrate as we cook. CEOs always report to the board of directors. Now that is our prayers to the divine, the board of directors. So we're speaking directly. We are asking for direction, or we are having interactions with the divine. Of course, the divine is the cosmos, as you know, the stars. So I have found that Urania is at the south node of fate, and Lachesis is at the north node of destiny. This is an extremely important beginning before the year of the dragon begins. So Urania is one of the muses. She is the muse of astrology and astronomy. Urania always keeps her eyes and her attention focused on the stars, kind of like me. Lachesis is the dispositor, or the measurer, of the thread of our life. Spun on Clotho's spindle, she is the determiner of our destiny. Lachesis is at the north node of destiny. I cannot explain how important this is. It is so important. It is so important. Right, the Sabian symbol for the 20th degree is called spiritual fellowship. So, putting aside ego, we find a greater joy coming from spiritual fellowship. The ego is, like gratification, self-gratification. We're just thinking about ourselves, what we want. And also it is fear, acting from a place of fear. We're so afraid. It's like, you're like, oh my gosh, what should I do? The answer directly comes, and you're like, no, I cannot do that. I am so scared. I'm too scared to do it, because what if this, what if that, what if this and that? And then when you don't make that motion, when your intuition directly guides you, everything just like goes to hell in a bad way. So always follow your intuition, your intuitive, what you hear. Now, also, it says individual plentitude of being is an understanding and relating to all other earthlings in togetherness. Now, the Sabian symbol gave the symbol of the choir, the harmony. Some are singing this, some are singing that. They're all singing as one, but they've all got their little different parts to play, just like an orchestra. Just like how all the stars in the heaven, the cymatic frequencies, the music of those frequencies, they're all like a symphony, and everybody has their path, that they do. Like I've explained before, the path of Venus makes the rose pattern as we're watching, if we're looking up from Earth, as she goes through her 8-year cycle to make the, goes like this, of the rose, because forward and back, that is the RX, the reverse positions, and she has 5 points, so those 5 points also make that pentagram. As an example, every star does it. Mars, Mercury, and all the other stars in the cosmos, the whole lot of them have all got their pattern. And none of them touch each other, move into each other's territory or anything like this. They've all got their own path, okay? We have our own path, we have our own pattern. Our job is to climb. So new moon in Capricorn, I've called it the climb, because we are climbing to that plateau, and everything about this year is going to be about the plateau of our life's work, because we have 2 full moons in Capricorn, and I mentioned that in my last video. And of course, I won't go on about that. Now, that's all I really want to say about this. I think it's very important. Also, I mentioned to you spiritual ancestors. So, because I learned, I always learn from things that, I'm a very sensitive person. And so when things bring an energy that brings something like, I don't know, like I might fear, or could be something like, I'm trying to think, to say like people are mean or something, right? They've got a bad energy. So this is how I learned about my spirit ancestors. Now, my spirit ancestors, every lifetime that I have lived, every lifetime my soul has lived, embodied for a duration, there is a spirit for each lifetime that I have lived, and each one of those spirits has an everlasting life. And they are in the spiritual realm, which is, everybody calls that the 5th dimension. The sign of Libra is supposed to be an air sign, and everyone calls that the mind. It's not the mind, it is the spiritual realm. The mind is a place of the ego, and it's still a physical reality, so is your ego. Okay, so look, it's important to be friends with your ego. You never kill your ego. Kill your ego, you kill your body, you kill yourself. It's just crazy what people say. But we do need to stop letting our ego being the boss, because it's not the boss, okay? So what happens is people get confused, and they think that they're in control of their life and the world and what they want and all that sort of stuff, and this egoic behavior causes a lot of strife, okay? Causes all sorts of problems. And what they're doing is they're off on a tangent, getting their own wants met. They've got wants. Egos are all about want. I want. And wants are important. Like when you're a baby and you want your nappy changed. You know, things like this it's not like wants are stupid. They are needed and necessary. They're a part of the human form. But as well, like a want is food, a want is water, a want is a safe place to rest, and clothing, shelter. Now, they are all important. They are. But our soul has a mission that it came here for, and our spirit has got to get our soul through that mission. And sometimes we don't get what we want. And that can be very well, it's distressing. It can be very stressful and very distressing. Okay, so please, this year, which is the year of the wood dragon, is we're going to create these containments for our emotions, which is going to be the dam or the lock. We're going to create a neat lock, and we're going to create an amazing river. And I really like the Forth River in Scotland, in Stirling, Scotland. It's absolutely pristine how they made it. And I do hope that you look that up and look at some of the pictures, and you'll see yourself how it is man-made. And I want you to take those pictures and kind of use them for creating a state of mind. It's going to be really important this year, and I hope I'm not rambling too much. I feel like I am. A new moon is coming up on the 11th of January. So we've got a few days up our sleeve, and hopefully it's going to be way important, because we do have Lucius at the North Node of Destiny, which is in the house of Aries, I am, which is about our ego as well as our soul. And last year we had a really good absolute thing we had Mars, it was combust, and then Cazimi, and then conjunct with our sun. So we're in a really important time, and that's why I'm sharing my videos with YouTube, so that hopefully one day someone sees it and they're able to catch on, and we're able to make this important change in the world, which is possible right now. Because I mean, this 60 years for the wood dragon to come back around. We're in a yang active year, and the dragons are not fire breathing, wing flying creatures that everyone's drawing them as now. That is so not it. It's nothing like the biblical personification of what went on, and I'm not sure about that, how they even got that story. As I look into ancient history, nevertheless, the Chinese dragon is a helper, also a creator, but a helper. And after the world was flooded, or the earth was flooded, dragon was a benefactor to mankind by helping dig out these great channels and things to the sea. So please look at dragon in a new light, not as a fire-breathing, dangerous creature, but as the magical, transformative, empowered benefactor and friend to all earth and earthlings. Okay, so yeah, we can create a big change. Because us and our physical bodies have a power that we don't really understand yet. Part of it is through our voice, and a lot of it is through our energy. And it's like we're swimming in this energy that's already been created, and it's almost trying to drown us in it. But we can create a new energy, and that is my intention. So if there is such a thing as light work that everyone's talking about, what it is creating a new vibratory frequency. We're not doing it alone. The sun's always powering out new solar flares and stuff like that. We're interactive, the soul being the soul of our earth, the wind being the spirit of our earth. So learning that we're all one in a very unusual sense, sort of in different bodies, will help go a long way to creating this transformative change that we need everywhere on our realm of paradise. So much blessings to you all. Remember that the new moon is coming up. You need to concentrate. It's a Capricorn new moon. We're still in the opposing cycle where the full moon in Cancer happened first, and now we've got a new moon in Capricorn. Everything's in reverse, or it's a strange phenomenon that's happening at this time. It will change, but until it does, the outpour is not in our power. But the new moon is definitely something that we can consciously work with. All right? Okay, much love. Ka kite.